Welcome back to the Mining Your Business podcast, a show all about process mining, data science, and advanced business analytics. In this episode, you're going to hear from us and our lovely guests that attended our pre-Celosphere event about the things that they're looking forward to see at Celosphere. Let's get right into the episode. It has been a few days since we've been at Celosphere as a company. We also hosted a very, I would say, nice and illustrious evening for some of the clients before the actual Celosphere took place.
This is usually actually what we do every year, that we host a rooftop party.
Yes, as
here,
it was.
Here in the office, so that our customers, our friends, our key contacts can come together the night before. I think this really is a nice event because then it gives you some more familiar faces when it's day of, as you're walking around this conference, then you're like, oh, I know that person. We network together, and makes it a little bit more fun.
Also, it's so nice to get to see clients face to face.
Yeah.
I think Jörg mentioned this from Grundfos that this is the first time we've seen each other. And we had a project 2.5 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yes, 2.5 years ago, we had a project and we never saw each other face to face. And so it was nice to, put a size on the man. You know, he's taller.
When people are taller than you expect, that's always so funny. Yeah. So we have the pre-Celosphere party. And while that was happening, we really tested the limits of our soundproofing system here in our little studio because the party was happening 50 meters that way.
Yeah.
As we were running around and saying, hey, do you want to join for a quick, spontaneous little interview?
Yes.
And we gathered quite a few participants.
Yes.
And asked them about their expectations, what they're up to, this kind of thing. Especially on the night before Celosphere.
The night before Celosphere, yes.
I think a lot of the insights that we saw or that we heard from them were pretty cool. Yeah. And for me, it was cool. I think we both agreed on this to see that our studio works.
Yes.
That we had guests. We had foreign people brought in here and tested it out, which was also a satisfying bit.
It was also really a little bit nerve-wracking for me because we've spent a bunch of time setting all this stuff up. And every single guest we took in here was like, ooh, wow, this looks professional. Yeah. So I feel like we did a good job. Yeah. So it doesn't look like a complete dump. That was nice. Yeah. Also on the technical challenge of it all, I'm hoping that the sound is good. I have not checked the footage or the sound.
Yeah.
I really should. But I was excited to have these conversations. Yeah. It was also fun just to say, hey, we have a podcast set up and we're ready to roll right now. Come give us 5 minutes of your time. Yeah. And most people were super, super open to do that.
And shared interesting thoughts.
Yeah, of course.
I think it was a great soft launch, if you will, of the full extent of possibilities what we have in our studio here.
Yeah.
Without any further ado.
Shall we roll the clips?
Yeah, roll the clips.
All right.
Roll it.
Roll the clip. All right. Thank you for coming on this podcast. We are currently having a party at the Process End headquarters. So this is really exciting, actually, for us to be able to do this live with people in the industry that are here in our office. So this is very, very convenient. So first of all, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your process mining journey.
So I'm Umut. I'm an ex-Daimler engineer who was planning old plants all over the world. And throughout my journey of 20 years at Daimler, I've been continuously planning processes. And we always felt that there's a missing factor, that we cannot collect enough data to analyze the processes, whether it's smooth, whether there are disturbances, what we call nowadays silent killers. So we were not able to define them and correct them. So I was the one who implemented Celonis in Daimler Truck's shop floor. And I also have the pleasure to join Celonis for being the value engineer and the guest lecturer. So it's a quite big journey with Celonis, but I believe we are just at the beginning of it.
Yeah, and you now are just beginning a whole new journey too, isn't that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm focusing on the academy. So I believe all the process mining and process intelligence tools are too sophisticated, and I believe there's no suitable program at the market currently to develop the HR pool who we will be needing in the very near future.
Okay. So kind of staffing up the people that are supposed to be using these sorts of things, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Great.
I think we could have a whole podcast episode on that topic.
For sure.
About what it means to start an academy and really cultivate the pipeline. But for today, in our rapid interview in the party, I think we have then 2 main questions to ask you. The first of which is, what are your expectations for Celosphere? So we are the night before day 1 of Celosphere, or rather, today is Monday evening. The hackathon happened today, and tomorrow will be the main keynote. What is your expectation?
My expectation is basically Celonis has been evolving tremendously throughout the last 5 years. Even with the start of evolving from a process mining company to a process intelligence platform, where all the apps, all the AI agents can sit on top of a conceptual layer, and being able to gather system agnostic data was the game changers. And now with orchestration engines, all the AI agents we are implementing, I believe you have been observing that most of the business apps are now migrating to AI-based business apps. Most of the clients are migrating from case-centric to object-centric models. So I believe this year we need that the world to understand process intelligence is coming up with all the speed, and they have to adapt to it. So basically raising awareness and having an in-depth understanding of what process intelligence is would be nice win for this year.
Yeah. All right.
All right. And coming to our final question, you kind of already hinted at this, but I kind of wanted to ask, how do you think AI will change the way you do your work in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
I believe, in my private time, I can now wipe code. So this was not possible at all like 6 months ago. And I've been observing how the capability of AI agents, even ChatGPT with the latest version is changing. Now we can basically eliminate the UX UI designers. It's very sad to say that, but we don't need them anymore. Even the front-end developers, we can replace with AI agents. Of course, you reach some natural boundaries, what AI still cannot do, but how to implement this in process intelligence. What process intelligence provides is actually a knowledge model. So AI can go dark, they can really hallucinate, but what we offer with process intelligence is to give the exact knowledge model which our AI agents should use. So I believe also for our personal needs, I have been basically training my own ChatGPT such that I receive better answers.
Right.
She knows me now.
Yeah.
She
Okay,
exactly knows.
My chat is a man.
No,
so
mine is
you have she. It's a she. Okay, I talk to him.
No,
but you talk to her. Okay.
Yeah, I at least have one woman in my life who understands me perfectly.
You got to have someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I believe what we all need to do is being able to create the suitable knowledge model for the AI agents, and what they can do is incredible.
I would love to dive deeper into this topic with you, but unfortunately, we have to cut it here. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thanks you, Umut.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Maybe we'll get to have you back in our studio here again sometime soon.
Always.
All right, picking up right where we left off, Pablo has now joined the session at our party, at our Process End party. And now, would you please like to tell the audience a little bit about who you are and your journey in process mining?
Yeah, my name is Pablo. I'm working with Deutsche Bahn, Germany's national railway company. And I'm a railway engineer, but I'm working for HR since 2021 now. So originally I worked a long time at operations, But then my boss, today's boss, asked me, okay, what you're doing for operations, could you do that as well for HR? And what I was doing before I became an HR person was lean management, optimizing processes within maintenance of our infrastructure and our trains and coaches. So this way of optimizing processes, he wanted me to do that for HR as well. But in HR, it is quite difficult to do that because if you go to a maintenance plant, you can watch what's happening. So you can discuss with the people that are working within the process. So, and you see what's happening. You see the machines, you see the trains, and it's much easier to optimize a process when you see what's happening. So in HR, we also have machines. The machines are like
the people.
The people, yeah, and the software, of course.
Right.
So when we talk about processes, of course, there are also like persons involved, but the machines are the software. So, but you can't see what's happening in the software.
Yeah.
So you see someone is using the software, but you can't look behind the scenes. So what you need is a database,
Right.
Yeah, like a database approach to find out what's happening in there. And one of these database approaches, I think, is process mining. So I came up with the idea of process mining, and I convinced...
You pitched process mining.
I pitched process
I
mining
didn't
for
know that.
HR.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I told my boss I can do workshops. I can do lean management workshops like 100 times. But I think the effect of a data-based approach will be much higher because I'm the only person doing this in a company with 220,000 of employees.
Okay.
So
That's a lot of HR.
it's a lot of HR process, HR optimization projects I could do. So with this database approach, it is much easier to find the most valuable optimization projects. And by the time I convinced my boss, we were right in the middle of an implementation project for a new IT software environment. We have now ServiceNow as our workflow management system and Oracle HCM as our core HR system. And both systems are cloud-based, and it's much easier to extract data from these systems now. So we were at a point where I could say to my boss, hey, let's do it. It's easy. We are able to extract the data, and we have a software which will help us to visualize the process as it is.
Very cool. That's such an interesting conversion, as you now sound like a fully integrated process mining person to go from railway engineer to then process mining savant. To then our next question. It is the night before Celosphere. What is your expectations for what we'll see in the next 2 days?
Well, it has changed a lot from process mining to process intelligence now. So everything seems to be focused on this, but I'm more of the process mining guy still.
Okay.
So I kind of feel intimidated a little bit, to be honest, because our project is still focusing on process mining, the classic one. Well, we are now switching to object-centric process mining.
Okay.
But I kind of hope that I will still see some like original process mining related topics or like talks. But because what's happening within our company, I mean, AI is big, of course, and within HR, of course it is, because we have a lot of administrative work that could be done by AI. But our approach right now doesn't include Celonis yet.
Okay.
But I would like to see how other companies do AI with Celonis. So maybe this could be my next chance to convince management. But I'm not sure yet because, of course, I mean, our partners, like software partners, ServiceNow, Oracle, they also offer AI, and you have to see what's going to help you more, like an AI that works directly within your core system, or something that is like outside of this environment.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, because we constantly, when we talk about the topics of the show, we know that AI is a big topic right now. In a lot of IT, the AI topic is ever looming. And there are people that go full on straight in, I want AI everywhere. And there's some people that say, well, I want to be a little bit apprehensive. I want to see what's out there and what will give me the most value. Where do you find yourself in that range?
Well, in terms of process mining, more the guy who's waiting what the others are going to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. But this has a lot to do with the fact that we are like at the end of a huge implementation project. It was huge to implement Oracle and ServiceNow. It took us almost 5 years.
Wow.
So right now the organization somehow has to relax for a moment, like, can I say inhale or like breath?
Inhale,
take exhale,
a breath, take a break, and and see, okay, what's going to be the next step? So we need our like HR people, our HR business partners, also the line managers first be able to use the system. We need the new systems to be like stable, and then we need to development to be ready for the future. But we are doing this, but we're still not sure which is going to be the right way. But we are trying out many things. And and in terms of process mining and what Celonis offers, I'm going to wait. And then if I see something interesting that we could adapt easily, I would definitely try to convince management again.
All right.
Well, Pablo, that is unfortunately all. We will probably definitely have you back on the show to give us a full-length view into the...
if you're willing to come back.
Of course.
Okay.
I am.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah.
No, you're doing great. So thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
And
thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
So picking right up after our last guest, now on the podcast we are joined by Jörg Thiel. Despite your misprinted name card, unfortunately. Would you please introduce yourself to our lovely audience about what you do and your journey in process mining, please?
Yes, sure. So I'm Jörg Thiel. I'm located in Germany, working for Grundfos since approximately 30 years already. Started different journeys, coming out from a process consultant also. Moved around about 5 years ago. I moved into process mining. Started with the order to cash part. Have been a value engineer in between, have been an analyst between, and now I'm more or less the value engineer in trying to drive also the value for our company.
All right. What a trail.
Yes.
A good trajectory behind you, I think, to make you very effective as a value engineer.
Yeah, so we are a very small team at the moment. Still, we are 3 plus 1 manager. That's also why our role's not really fixed. So I cannot say I'm 100% of a value engineer. So I'm still partly a data engineer because of my background. I have been a sub-consultant earlier. So I know all these table structures, working with you together also. Yes. That brings a lot of advantages. So I'm also doing some help for the data engineers, like defining what should we put in, how should it look like, helping the analyst also like what should be the UI, look and feel things, and then I try to do with the business to getting the value out of it.
Yeah. I will say, having worked on a project with you, it was very, very comfortable and nice to speak on, we need this and this thing. Yeah, but that's in that table. And then you come back with, yeah, but you might also need this table and that table and that table. Oh my God, it's perfect. This is exactly the information that I need. So that was really, really comfortable.
I think that makes it strong if you work together with a consultancy company like you, which I really like to do, to get that building up each other knowledge. So it's not like that we are on that knowledge and you are on that knowledge. No, we are both there, but after the project, we are both there.
Yeah.
So we are gaining both. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
And you need to have some insights into SAP because a lot of things is promising, but we all know SAP is not SAP.
Yeah. In some sense, yes.
Yeah, it is an interesting structure of information that we all dig into.
SAP is a bit of like, you have a lot of possibilities to do ABAP programming, adding Z tables, customizing transactions, whatever you do.
Yeah.
If you as a customer and working with Celonis not being able to share these informations with a consultancy company like you, we fail. So it's a bit like you can't know everything. So we need to deliver also. We need to deliver together.
Yeah, for sure. And when I always, when I have this question, don't you know where this and this information is? I always say, well, we are process mining consultants. We're not SAP consultants, right?
Yeah.
So there's a very big distinction between them. We know a lot about SAP, but not everything, right? So that's where we need to combine
But
forces.
even if you take in an SAP consultancy company, they fail.
Yeah,
If you don't train them first,
yeah,
then they will just fail. It's like if you would go in and say, sure, we can install an app. Yeah, have fun. You can install it, but then it's telling nothing.
Yeah.
exactly.
So it needs to be a common knowledge we could gain together.
Lovely. So then our second question is, now that we are here in the eve of the keynote of Celosphere, what is your expectation for what we're going to see in the next 2 days?
Getting away from hype of AI into really making something out of AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we are big now. I think we are on the top of the AI hype curve, maybe.
Okay.
I think we will fall at a certain time. We all see it. But how to create value out of AI?
Yeah.
How to make AI really working for a process and not the other way around. So the process should not work for AI, but how can AI work for the process?
That's so interesting, because that is going to be my third question, is how do you foresee AI in whatever form that takes in the next year, next 5 years or 10 years? How do you see that changing the way that you do your work, or at least the work that you do?
For me, there are several points in it. First of all, adding information which is not our own information. Like we talked about the tariff app, gaining maybe with machine learning AI some knowledge out of the newspapers and so on to get that information into the system. Secondly, analyzing text. We know SAP, they have 1,000 text fields. People are entering something, but at the end of the day, how to make something clever out what people put in. So our customers have the possibilities to send a text. And every time they send a text, it blocks an order. Sometimes they just wish have a nice weekend or whatever, but it blocks the order.
Yeah.
So how to get that information really into a structure, into a way of a quicker working? Because why should people read it if it's not needed to read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Those were our 3 questions. Thank you so much, Jörg, for joining us spontaneously here for the podcast. And let's hope that we see some, I don't want to say anti-hype, but
the tangible use cases that make sense for AI to use. I want to see AI being used for where humans or simple computer things fail, where AI for like translations, free text, like you mentioned, that's where I want to see being used at the most efficiently.
And we saw most times after the hype, you create the value.
Yeah.
Because after the hype wave, the value wave should come.
Yeah.
Should.
We'll see.
Let's see if it comes.
Yeah. I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So now we've time traveled.
Yes,
twice.
exactly.
So we went from today, a few days after Celosphere, we went back in time to the night before when we were all full of anticipation.
Completely.
Like children.
Yes.
Unsure what we would get for Christmas. And now I think we recovered from the exhaustion that is running around and socializing.
Talking a lot.
Yeah. I think just being fully engaged and using all of your physical and mental energy for 2 days plus.
and a lot of walking and standing.
Yeah.
I think I clocked in 25,000 steps a day.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
So now the dust has settled. We have recovered physically.
Somewhat mentally, yes.
Processed at least mentally.
Yes. We are recording this a day before I go on vacation. So I am mentally already on vacation. Just so you know.
Oh, good. So then I think what makes sense for me now is to do a little rundown, what we saw, what we thought, how we feel.
Yes.
And kind of just talk it through.
Yeah, let's run it.
All right, cool. So I think one of the things, we're so smart, as we predicted. One of the key questions that we just asked, that our dear listeners have just heard, we asked every guest in our pre-Celosphere mini micro interviews. We asked them what AI has done for the way that they're doing their work.
Yes.
And how
What it
AI
will look
affects
like.
everything. Yeah. Really interesting responses that came from all of those discussions. And it is almost like we knew
Of course we did.
that AI was going to be a major theme
And we were clairvoyant.
of Celosphere. We should buy a lottery ticket.
Exactly. I bought one. It didn't work out.
Oh, it's too bad. At least we still have a reason to come back and keep doing this podcast.
Exactly. Thank God.
So yeah, we accurately predicted that AI would be a
big
major
player,
topic.
for sure.
It's almost like it was all over the internet.
Almost, yes.
And
I remember that we were sitting at the keynote, the big introduction of the things that will be, that the whole convention kind of centers around, like all those topics. And I did sit next to you while we were at the keynote, and I did see you taking down notes, but also having a tracker of how many times the AI, or artificial intelligence, was used in a sentence. What was the final tally up to?
Yep. So I took notes. I did take notes on some interesting quotes and points that I liked. But I think we had 8 AI references by the time we got through the intro. And then in the end, a grand total of 84 mentions of AI throughout the entire keynote.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. So I also I did this last year as well.
Yeah.
Evidently I like counting things. It's my own
little quirk.
AI last year, I'm going back and opening my notes, was mentioned 29 times.
Oh, wow.
In the keynote last year.
That's a big increase.
Up to 84 this year. So that's more than doubling. Last year, I also counted the value mentions because value is also very important in the Celonis world. And that already last year, AI outpaced value. And in the Lindsay Ryan metric, value wasn't even tracked this year.
Oh, wow. That's how unimportant that was.
That I really only was counting AI. So I think that is a funny little KPI to have. But at the same time, it feels a little bit, is the right word, disingenuous?
Right.
To even be counting it. Like, is it really even relevant to count this statistic when the entire thing is about AI? It would be like if you counted the number of times they mentioned process mining in the keynote is the equivalent of counting how many times they said AI.
I don't think they mentioned process mining once.
I think they did.
Like maybe twice.
Okay, maybe it's recorded. I can go back and rewatch it.
Okay, yeah. We'll do that after the show. But to me, it wasn't that. Yeah, the focus was on AI, but it wasn't process mining related in that sense at all. It was more of what I think a more strategic positioning of Celonis as a core foundational layer where all the kind of initiatives branch out of.
Yeah.
Right? The base layer of things that you need to give the AI initiatives that you need or want the process knowledge of your business, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think the positioning kind of was to me. Where process mining is in there somewhere, but not the focus.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I guess it's still like the origins are process mining, but I think this is a really valid sort of remark to have here, that now that I'm thinking about it, it really is positioning Celonis to be so much more, to be process intelligence rather than process mining.
Yeah.
And that was accurate.
I think it would be like if this were Harry Potter and the amount of times they mention Voldemort, it dramatically increases throughout the movies. Like at the end, it's just Voldemort this, Voldemort that. And no one ever mentions like the wand. Like no one talks about wands anymore. Like it's completely irrelevant. You know? Like maybe once or twice. Yeah. It was a big deal in the first movie.
It was a big deal in oh, that's such a good metaphor.
Yeah. Yeah.
AI is Voldemort.
Unintentional. It's kind of breaking down a little bit, but
all right, don't think about it too hard. Yeah, I think that's a good take here. One of the things that I also really liked was how Alexander Rinke sort of addressed AI with the hype and also a healthy amount of skepticism.
Yeah.
That he acknowledged the statistics that you might read on the internet about how only 11% of, I think
it's
I wrote it down.
95% fail.
Yeah. These are where my notes were really bad. Only 11 of the companies make any benefit from AI. Poor notes, but he did make some very critical statements about how successful or unsuccessful rather AI is in an enterprise context, and acknowledge the skepticism, which I think is really necessary from a communication standpoint, where if he were to come on stage and be like, AI, it's everything, it's going to change the world, it's perfect, don't question it. I think a lot of the detractors, a lot of the skeptics would be totally turned off from this message as well.
Well, one, it sounds like either like a used car salesman or like a snake oil salesman trying to sell you on something. And he knows that there's a lot of smart people in the room that have been riding the process mining train for years and years and years. So they know the types of things that are possible and not possible. So I think preaching that AI would be the solution for all your problems would probably fall on questionable, skeptical ears. So I think you're very right about that. What I thought was interesting, though, is that the positioning of it all, where it is a big point that a lot of these things fail because one, and for two reasons. What I could see is that one, the use case for when to apply AI is not quite yet known, and the reason, like, I want to get this right, but like I'm thinking the value, even if you find something that makes sense, like that value that it generates is also not there. So you can fail on like two fronts. Either you pick the wrong thing, or when you do pick the right thing, it's not enough value to justify the cost of it, right? And I think that's kind of what he's mentioning as well. Like, also kind of why I think they're positioning themselves as like the base layer of it all, where you can try out different use cases, where you can give it as much context, or at least that's what I heard, and then you can give it so much context from like a strategic process layer to the AI for it to then be able to make the right decisions for you in some form or another. But difficult.
I feel I feel this metaphor coming that AI.
Is it Voldemort again?
No. AI is like a super fancy hammer made out of diamonds that's like that it's super expensive, that it's very unique, it's incredibly powerful, it's incredibly strong, but nobody actually knows what to do with this hammer. And right now everyone's just banging it on random things looking for the right nail.
There's a great meme that I've seen where it's a person cutting a carrot with a sword. You know, that's the meme that I'm thinking about. It's like you could have just used like any old knife would have sufficed, but it takes out one gigantic sword, right? So kind of the same.
Yeah. So I think how to do AI and how to do it with the right context, with the right value and the right outcomes is still a huge question. And I think that this thesis carries throughout the conference and in almost every single discussion. So as it's getting dark now.
It's getting late.
I would say I have one final thought. One reflection, if you will.
Hit me. This is Voldemort related.
It is Voldemort related.
Okay, let's go.
I was wrong. I at first, immediately after Celosphere, I was disappointed. That I thought that Celosphere would be revealing the Bigfoot of high value, high impact AI use cases. I thought we were all going to put on our tinfoil hats and we were going to find it together. But ultimately, I was wrong in expecting that to happen. That I think I was biased from the perspective that AI, especially generative AI, is everywhere. It has infiltrated everything. That my mom's using ChatGPT all the time. We're all using ChatGPT all the time. Preparing for this podcast, we're using ChatGPT for everything. It's there. And so I had in my head, if I'm using ChatGPT, if my mom's using Gen AI all the time, then we are advanced
Yes.
to the point where it's happening. And this is where I was wrong. That corporations are not people too, especially not when it comes to modern technology adoption. And that it will take some more time before we see these real use cases, before we can see these hands-on success stories of AI, of people doing the AI and successfully
and bringing lots of value with
and
it.
shouting from the mountaintops about it.
It's so funny that you say that, because I thought the same thing. To me, the way that Celonis positioned itself was actually rather smart, like building the base layer and like giving the business users and all that stuff the tools that they need in order to build the AI initiatives of tomorrow, right? Super smart. And like you, I think we're super, super early days.
Yeah.
Right now, if you need your business to generate images of cats wearing Santa hats or something, then this is the perfect thing already.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is.
Yeah.
Right? And it's kind of like I'm watching a lot of Formula One.
Okay.
So to me, it was like, in order to get racing, what do you need? You need a racetrack, you need a car, you need the teams, you need the tires and all the fuel and all the stuff that needs to be there in order for this to even start running.
Yeah.
So right now, I think there's a lot of racing towards building the infrastructure around it in order for it to be able to generate at scale the value that is promised in the promised land, right?
Yeah.
If we'll ever get there, who knows? I can't see the future.
Yeah.
We said we were clairvoyant at the beginning, but even I can't say, right?
Yeah.
So that's the take, I think. It's early.
Yeah.
It's exciting because nobody really knows. Celonis doesn't know.
Yeah.
The clients don't know, as far as I can tell. The attendees don't know.
But everyone wants to know.
Everyone wants to know.
Which I think is a really cool and interesting place to be.
Yeah.
It's now 1999 and we're all writing on blogs and trying to figure out what to do. So I think with that, we're going to have to wrap it up.
Yes, unfortunately, we're going to have to wrap it up. There's a bunch of things that happened during and after Celosphere that we could talk about. But unfortunately, there's just not enough time.
There's not enough time.
There's unfortunately
not enough daylight out here.
Yeah, we lost it a little bit. Yeah. But we do have extra coverage of our Celonis, our Celosphere event. Feel free to check us out on Instagram, on YouTube, on...
Spotify?
Yeah, potentially Spotify. We're not entirely certain. Yeah. But anyway, short form content in the short form places, just for you. So follow us there.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.